We are talking about jazz independence number 1. Before you move on to this, these are not necessarily grooves that you're going to plug in and play. Everything else I'm showing you is like, this is a groove to use. So use second gear, go into a Blakey shuffle, play the beat, play the N1, all that kind of stuff. Those are very specific grooves you can use. This is just an exercise to gain independence. So what you hear in your head, you can play with your left hand. For example, I'm going to play my rim just so it's a little quieter. So if I'm playing jazz beat and I'm hearing ba 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 ba, I want to let that all come out. I'm going to connect my mind, my ear to my hand. To gain that independence, you have to play these exercises. So keep that in mind. These are not exercises, these are not musical necessarily. These are just technical exercises. A note when you're playing all of these, please go through them all with just a quarter note first. That quarter note jazz pulse with a little extra on 2 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. That's really, really important. Get super comfortable with that, with your feet going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Get that very, very comfortable at slow, at medium, at fast. Play along. I always recommend play along with Freddie Freeloader. It's a great track to play along with. Once you're really comfortable with that, you can go through the exercise forward and backwards, then move on to 1, 2, 3. What I'm going to show you right now is just a couple examples. So we're going to read through number 2. So this is number 2, and I'm going to do it with just quarter notes so you can hear that. And then I'll do number 2 with the jazz beat. 1, 2, number 2, 2, 3, and. Do that 16 times in a row, then go faster. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then go way slower. 1, 2, 3, 4. The slower you go, the more difficult it is. That slow is where you learn, it's where your body fits and finds where that groove works. Always be sure to keep your mix in the right zone for jazz. Number 2 should not sound like this. Kick drum should be quiet. Once you go through the whole page, connect them, go backwards, go forwards, then move on to the jazz beat. So here's what number 2 would sound like with the jazz beat. 1, 2, 3. When you're done with that, then you go through it and do it with your bass drum. So you've done, this is a long process. This might take you a couple weeks to do. First time through, you're going to go with quarter notes. And again, I know I'm restating this, but do number 1 4 times, 1A 4 times, then back and forth. Then go 2 into 2A. Then go 1 twice, 1A twice, 2 twice, 2A twice. You really go through them a ton. When you're all done with that, do that with the jazz beat. All right. So now the bottom half of it is with your right foot. So it's independence with your bass drum. And you'll see that there's a snare hit on 4. You can do it as a snare drum. 1, 2, 3. Or you can do it as a rim click. Or whatever works for you. So here's number 5. 1, 2, number 5, 2, here we go. Again, many times. Faster. 1, 2, 3, 4. Once you've done that a whole bunch, then you add the jazz beat. 1, 2, 3, 4.